The summer rebuild at Rangers is moving full steam ahead, and the latest updates from Ibrox only reinforce that the club is far from finished when it comes to shaking things up. Manager Russell Martin has wasted no time putting his stamp on the squad, and with yet another defensive signing reportedly on the brink of completion, the transformation at the back looks set to take another big leap forward. It's been a whirlwind few weeks full of high-profile exits and eye-catching arrivals, and all signs suggest the momentum is still very much alive as the new season draws closer. One of the most intriguing development centers around a new central defensive signing. While the name hasn't been officially confirmed just yet, all indications are that the deal is in the final stages, and it could prove to be a pivotal piece in Martin's blueprint for a more solid, composed backline. This comes at a time when the club is still dealing with the aftershocks of several outgoings, each leaving gaps to be filled and questions to be answered. But Martin has shown he's got a clear vision, and now he's putting the pieces together with precision. And speaking of new faces, NASA is set to become Rangers' 6th signing of the summer window. The young defender, currently with Wolverhampton Wanderers, is reportedly on the verge of completing a season-long loan move that would see him link up with his new teammates later this week. It's expected he'll join the squad at St. George's Park, where Rangers are heading for an intensive preseason camp. Martin and his staff have been clear in their ambition to ramp up preparations, and having NASA in the mix early could be crucial for integrating him into the system and chemistry of the group. If all goes to plan, NASA will slot into a rapidly evolving defensive unit that already includes several new additions. Lyle Cameron, Joe Rothwell, Max Aarons, Emmanuel Fernandez, and Theo Argard have all arrived recently, forming the core of what is quickly becoming a very different-looking Rangers squad compared to last season. After the recent 2-0 draw against Belgian side Brugge, Martin hinted that the squad would continue to evolve, and in his words could look very different in just a couple of weeks. One name that caught attention recently is Jagger, a defender brought in to reinforce a group that could soon see more movement. With players like Clinton and Salah expected to head out on loan, space is being created for younger or more versatile options to take root. It's part of a broader shift in strategy under Martin 1 that prioritizes flexibility, youth, and high energy across the pitch. JGA, who arrived at Wolves in a £10 million transfer from Red Star Belgrade, will give Rangers additional strength at the back just as others are heading for the exit. The situation around Connor Cody also remains active. The Leicester City defender is still very much a target for the Ibrox club, and although negotiations are ongoing, there's a quiet confidence that a deal can be reached. Cody brings not just experience, but leadership, something that could be invaluable in guiding younger players like NASA through the season. While the defensive reshaping is front and center, the striker situation remains one of the most pressing concerns for Russell Martin. Both Cyril Didis and Hamza Igerman are facing uncertain futures, with at least one of them potentially moving on this summer. That has opened the door for Rangers to cast their net wide in search of attacking reinforcements. One name being closely tracked is Dor Turgeman, the Israeli international currently with Maccabi Tel Aviv. Turgeman's teammate Wesley Patati is also said to be on the radar as the club explores multiple avenues to inject fresh firepower into the squad. In addition to Turgeman and Patati, another name doing the rounds is Jesurun Raksaki from Crystal Palace. The winger has been linked with Rangers in recent weeks, and while nothing is close yet, it's another signal of intent from Martin and his recruitment team. They're not just focused on the immediate gaps, they're building a squad that can evolve and compete across multiple fronts. Meanwhile, one of the more emotional stories from this transfer window involves young defender Leon King. Once seen as one of the brightest prospects at Ibrox, King is reportedly closing in on a move to Wycombe Wanderers. The 21-year-old, who spent the second half of last season on loan at Queen's Park, has struggled for consistent minutes at Rangers and now appears ready to take the next step in his career elsewhere. Wycombe, who narrowly missed out on promotion to the Championship last season, seemed to be leading the chase for his signature. King featured in Rangers' recent friendly against Club Brugge, and while the match exposed some vulnerabilities in the backline, it may well have been one of his final appearances in a famous light blue. It's a tough moment for any player who came through the academy with high expectations, but a move south of the border could give him the fresh start he needs to relaunch his development. It's worth noting that King isn't the first highly touted youngster to make this kind of move. Another playmaker who joined Wycombe in January was once considered a future Rangers star as well. As King prepares to move on, the focus up front continues to intensify. Rangers have now been linked with Girona striker Bojan Miovski. The Macedonian forward had a difficult debut season in La Liga, scoring only 4 times in 21 matches. But he remains a player with proven potential. Miovski had been on Celtic's radar before his move to Spain, and now Rangers appear ready to offer him a fresh opportunity in Scotland. Reports out of Macedonia suggest an offer is being prepared, but Rangers could face competition from German sides Freiburg and Hamburg. It's becoming increasingly clear that strikers are the top priority at Ibrox right now. With both Didi's and Igerman's futures uncertain, the club is looking for proven finishers who can hit the ground running. One of the more eye-catching rumors involves veteran striker Luuk de Jong, formerly of Barcelona, Newcastle United, and Sevilla. The Dutch forward recently saw his contract with PSV Eindhoven expire, and while there's been no confirmation of talks with Rangers, reports in the Netherlands claim that the player is weighing up options that include Major League Soccer and the Middle East. De Jong's former teammate Jerdy Schouten, who recently wore the captain's armband in PSV's first preseason fixture, admitted he'd love to see the striker return, but acknowledged the final decision lies with the player. For Rangers, signing someone of De Jong's pedigree would be a statement of intent, especially considering the level of experience and goal-scoring acumen he would bring to the Scottish Premiership. And then there's the Jamie Vardy situation. After a proposed move to Genoa fell through, the Leicester City icon has emerged as a possible target for Rangers. Russell Martin was asked about the speculation following the recent friendly, and while he didn't confirm any details, he didn't rule it out either. According to sources close to the club, Vardy remains very much on the radar, and the manager's comments suggest there could be something bubbling behind the scenes. Former Manchester United scout Mick Brown believes Martin's tone speaks volumes. According to Brown, Martin clearly sees value in Vardy's experience and winning mentality, and the club might be working quietly to make something happen. With Vardy now 38, this would be a short-term move, but one that could bring immense value in big matches, both domestically and in European competition. What's clear through all of this is that Rangers are leaving no stone unturned. Whether it's up-and-coming talents like Turgeon and high-level veterans like De Jong, or Premier League legends like Vardy, the recruitment team is exploring all avenues to strengthen the squad in key areas. And while the headlines will naturally gravitate towards the attackers, it's the balance across all positions that Martin is striving for. A cohesive, battle-ready unit with depth, experience, and hunger. The next few weeks could be decisive as Rangers continue to ramp up their preseason work. The urgency to finalize deals will grow. There's a need to settle the core of the squad before competitive fixtures begin, and that means a flurry of activity is still expected. With multiple deals nearing completion and ongoing negotiations in full swing, fans can expect plenty more drama before the window closes. With the transfer window in full swing, Russell Martin's approach to this rebuild is becoming increasingly clear. It's not just about short-term fixes or plug-in gaps, it's a complete restructuring of how Rangers operate on and off the pitch. The tempo of activity coming out of Ibrox has been relentless, and while the squad is starting to take shape, there's a real sense that Martin is only just getting started. His vision is bolder than many anticipated. He's not interested in merely competing. He wants Rangers to dominate, to dictate, and to impose their style with authority across every competition they enter. Much of that vision hinges on squad depth and versatility. Martin has made it clear that he wants players who can adapt to different systems, who can handle pressure, and who won't shrink when the big European nights roll around. That's part of what's fueling the pursuit of experienced players like Jamie Vardy and Luuk de Jong. While they may not be long-term projects, they represent invaluable assets in the dressing room. Their presence could raise standards, set examples for younger players, and deliver in crucial moments when games are tight and margins are razor-thin. But alongside those marquee targets, there's also a clear focus on unearthing hidden gems. Players like Bojan Miovski or Dor Turgeman, who may not be household names yet, but who have the raw tools to explode under the right coaching. Martin's track record with developing talent is something the board clearly respects, and it's no coincidence that so many of the targets being linked come from clubs where they've either been underutilized or on the fringes. The message is clear: come to Rangers, and you'll get your chance to shine. That blend of youthful hunger and veteran savvy is what Martin believes can close the gap not just domestically, but in Europe as well. Last season exposed the lack of consistency in both mindset and execution. Games were too often lost in moments of chaos. Defensive lapses, missed chances, lack of composure in the final third. Martin's rebuild isn't just about players, it's about culture. He wants warriors. He wants professionals who live for the badge, not just those who enjoy the glamour of wearing it. And that's why these early preseason sessions are so vital. St. George's Park isn't just a fitness camp, it's an audition. Every player, whether a fresh signing or an academy product, is being evaluated. Who's got the drive? Who's willing to push through fatigue and fight for their spot? That's the level Martin demands. It's no longer enough to show flashes of quality. Players have to deliver consistently or they'll be moved on. The standard is being raised, and it's showing in how aggressively the club is moving in the market. Defensively, the shift is already tangible. With Nasser set to arrive and Clinton and Salah heading out, the changing of the guard is underway. There's a belief that this new generation of defenders will be more comfortable in possession, more agile in recovery, and more aligned with the high-press, high-intensity game Martin wants to implement. Gone are the days of sitting deep and hoofing long balls. Rangers want to play out from the back, dominate territory, and suffocate opponents with aggressive shape and structure. That's also part of why the club is chasing players like Connor. Cody. He brings a level of tactical intelligence that can help the younger defenders develop quickly. He's vocal, composed, and positionally sharp, all traits that Martin values highly. If that deal gets over the line, it could be one of the most important signings of the window, not because of highlight reel moments, but because of the calm and discipline he'd inject into a backline that too often lost its shape under pressure last season. But of course, no matter how solid the defense is, Rangers won't challenge for titles without goals. That's why the attacking side of the rebuild is gathering so much attention, with uncertainty hanging over the futures of players like DDs. And Igerman, there's a massive opportunity for someone new to come in and become the focal point of the attack. Whether it's Miovski, Turgeman, or someone else entirely, the club is hunting for a striker who can lead the line with authority press from the front and be clinical when the chances come. The idea of landing Jamie Vardy may sound like fantasy to some, but behind the scenes, it's a possibility that's being taken seriously. Vardy might be nearing 40, but his engine hasn't quit. He's still sharp, still clever with his movement, and still capable of changing a match with a single. Running behind. More importantly, he knows what it takes to win, and that kind of experience is priceless in a squad where many players are still learning what that means. And then there's Luuk de Jong. If the Dutch striker is genuinely considering a move to Scotland, it would be one of the coups of the window. He's proven at the highest levels, and while his wages and expectations might be steep, the value he could bring, both in goals and leadership, might make it worth the gamble. PSV may have left a renewal on the table, but if Rangers can present a compelling project, he could be tempted by the chance to be the main man in a team hungry for silverware. Even beyond individual signings, the strategy is clear. Rangers are targeting players with personality, with fight, and with something to prove. That's true whether it's a Premier League veteran or a La Liga misfit. Russell Martin is building a squad in his image, intense, tactically sharp, and emotionally. Allen. Every signing, every rumor, every comment from the manager points to a shift in mindset at Ibrox. They're not waiting for success to come to them. They're going out and chasing it. And as the days tick down toward the start of the competitive calendar, expect the pace to only increase. More announcements are expected soon, both in terms of arrivals and exits. Some familiar faces may not be part of the journey going forward. And while that's always bittersweet, it's part of the natural evolution of a squad that wants to get better. Supporters, understandably, are buzzing. Social media is awash with speculation clips of new signings and excitement over what's to come. But there's also a growing sense of trust that this rebuild isn't just about names and numbers, but about building something real, something lasting. It's a long road ahead, and success won't come overnight. But with Russell Martin at the wheel and a board finally back in a clear vision, Rangers look poised to enter a new era, one defined not by chasing shadows, but by setting the pace. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. There's a fresh buzz on the blue side of Glasgow, and it's not just a hum of preseason prep. Word on the street is Lawrence Shanklin has put pen to paper with Rangers, and he's wasted no time stirring the pot. Aye, the Hearts. Captain, one of the Premiership's most prolific goal threats last season, is said to be on his way to Ibrox in a move that's already got fans whispering and rivals watching. While the deal's yet to be officially unveiled by the club, insiders close to the situation claim the agreement is all but done, and Shanklin himself is reportedly brimming with confidence. In fact, according to murmurs from training grounds and pub corners alike, the 28-year-old striker has privately vowed to outscore none other than Celtic's KYOGO in the upcoming campaign. That's a bold shout, considering KYOGO's been the boys' golden boy up top, deadly in the box and a constant thorn in Rangers' side since his arrival. But Shanklin's no slouch. With over 30 goals in all competitions last term, the Scotland international has proven he's got the instincts, the movement, and the finishing touch to thrive under pressure. Some say Michael Beale, or whoever's holding the reins this season, sees Shanklin as the final piece of the attacking puzzle, a no-nonsense finisher who knows the league, knows the expectations, and crucially knows how to find the back of the net. Still, it's early days. Paperwork might be done. But settling into the Rangers' front line is another beast altogether. Ibrox can be an unforgiving stage, and the Old Firm derby is nay place for passengers. Yet, if the whispers are true, and Shanklin truly believes he can outgun KYOGO, then we might just be in for one of the most heated Golden Boot battles in years. For now, it's all hearsay and speculation. But in Glasgow, that's more than enough to get the fire going. Greetings, fans! Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comment section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.